hit you with the run, or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready! 30 base. Let's go, one more. 100 touchdown, travel. 10. Now.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Protein spill. Check 13. Smooth.
Throwing now is Manning. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Wahoo! Here we go. 50's the mark. 50's the mark. Let's go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Manning. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Alpha. You think you won't get this? 49's the mic. Watch 49. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Working from the gun. Manning gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Here's Allen to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out. By a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
I'm scared. Hey, exit. Mike, 50, Mike. Half 10. I don't think you got it, son. Tight.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go.
Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Antoine Bethea, the leading tackler among NFL safeties last year, and on the tackle again there.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Nice, sweetheart. Hey, hold on. Check motion. Shit.
They will run with Grant. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Defense wins championship, man. Half 85. 50.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Request to win. Let's go.
At their own 8-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Manning. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening...
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tyler Kroft, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
That's right. Mike 50. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, hold on. Minus 50. Watch the out. Hey, orbit. Hey, 50.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a very tough 3rd and 15 forthcoming. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, it's Tate. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, team.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, high 7. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Recon, Lee Griffin.
Shotgun now for Manning. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check 99. Check 99.
To throw again. Manning. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now he's flushed out left. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now Allen steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. B.J. Hill picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Allen going to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the Bills' 36-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You draw Corker.
From the gun on third down, Manning. It's caught, Shepard. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
31's the mic. Middle. Hey, Haywood. Stay situation. Let's go.
Allen now going to throw again. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
31's the Titans on Ringo. Hey, we got regular. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
Allen now on first down. He hits Beasley right side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Check, go back. We got motion. Back up. Mike 50. 5 wide. Mike's 50. 65.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Kroft as time expires in the first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo.
A gain of 40 yards. First down, Buffalo.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On first down, Grant. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go play action here on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Scott Miller with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Manning and the Giants come up now first and 10 at their own 24.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Come on, boy.
To throw is Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's third down.
10 yards to go.
70, Indy. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
From the gun, Manning. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Come on, set. 10-2 saw. Hey, zoom. Sponge. Snake 3. 218, chopper. 5.
Manning to throw on second down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
On third and long, it's Manning. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Let's go, at their own 19-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go.
They run the counter. It's Grant. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
50's a mic. I'm coming. Hey, Charlie. Mike 50, Mike 50.
On play action, Allen. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Being chased out left. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Forced out to his left. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Mike 50.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his first throw here is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Allen's throw into the hands of Brown. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Allen now looks to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now try the left side. Grant. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Throwing is Allen on third. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to his running back, Grant.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, Alpha. 49.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. 49's the mic. Watch 49. 3 bud, 3 bud, 3 bud. Check. You're out. Ready?
Now Manning. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bills on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They go back to Grant. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now it's Tate. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
We got to step it up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
General West. Safety screaming.
A first down carry for Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Faking the give to Barkley, now Manning.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And now off to the races, down the right side. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, in a great play for that defensive unit. Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Yep. Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? 49. 49's a mark. Hey, exit. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. 49, guys. Mike.
Manning now on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, orbit. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Hey, I'm coming. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Yeah. Go. 49. Come on, dude.
To throw, it's Manning. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Manning. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bills, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed it, blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.